There are about 8.7 million discovered species of animals in the world, with many more being discovered every day. Some of these animals are well known and we see a lot of them every day, such as our domestic dogs and cats and other pets we keep as companions. But in that big list of species are animals that are so rare that some people have never seen them before, and some creatures are becoming extinct due to humans. You might be surprised that some of these creatures exist at all because they're so unique, but we put together 10 rarest animals in the world for your enjoyment. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications, and you'll be the first to know when a new video comes out. Let's get started. Hydromedusa jellyfish. Deep in the Mariana Trench exists some amazing creatures never seen before by humans until recently. This jellyfish surprised marine biologists, and you might notice that it looks somewhat like an alien spacecraft. This orb-like jellyfish was spotted near a location called the Enigma Seamount, at a depth of 12,139 feet around the Marianas Trench. Experts were able to identify it as belonging to the genus Crosota, but have not been able to give this creature a name yet. For now, it's simply being called a Hydromedusa. This creature is so rare that it's only been seen once with footage recorded by a robotic camera, which you are watching. The red and yellow lights you see are believed to be its reproductive organs. This jellyfish floats along the water with its tentacles stretched outwards. This leads researchers to believe that it's an ambush predator, which waits almost motionless for something to touch its tentacles and then stings its prey. Sumatran rhino. When you first see this creature, it really doesn't resemble the rhino that everyone is familiar with, such as the now extinct western black rhino, or the soon-to-be extinct white rhino with only 2 females left in the world. The Sumatran rhino, also known as the hairy rhino, are the smallest living rhino and the only Asian rhino that has 2 horns. These creatures are covered with long hair and are closely related to the long-extinct woolly rhino than any other species of rhino alive today. Calves are born with a dense covering of hair that turns reddish-brown in young adults and becomes sparse, bristly, and almost black in older animals. Sumatran rhinos are threatened by poaching and could go extinct, with less than 100 of them left in the world. Raphidius turtle. Also known as the Yangtze giant soft-shell turtle, there were only 3 known Yangtze turtles left on Earth when in May 2017, one of the last remaining 4 died. These turtles are also called Red River turtles. It's one of the most critically endangered species in the world and is the largest soft-shelled turtle in the world. The loss of wetland habitats from river damming and infrastructure development, as well as poaching for meat and eggs and capture for the pet trade, has reduced the species' population to just the 4 known specimens now. In April of 2018, a 4th turtle was once again spotted, bringing the population back to 4 total. With this news, there may be more individuals in the wild. The largest of the species was known to weigh around 440 pounds. Pygmy 3-toed sloth. The pygmy 3-toed sloth is the smallest of the 3-toed sloths. It can only be found on the Isla Escudo de Veraguas. Famous for its slow movements, the pygmy 3-toed sloth is ideally suited to life in the mangroves and is surprisingly good at swimming. The major threat to the pygmy 3-toed sloth is habitat destruction. Through the phenomenon of island dwarfism, they have become the smallest member of its genus. The bizarre thing about this creature is that green algae grows on the fur of the sloth and is a unique species of algae named Trichophilus algae, which are thought to be symbiotic, providing camouflage to the sloth at no detriment to the sloth's health. Algae begin to grow on the pygmy 3-toed sloth during childhood and are probably transferred from mother to child. It is thought that the pygmy 3-toed sloth primarily feeds on the leaves of the red mangrove trees in which it lives. This creature is rare, with less than 100 left on the planet. Goody or metallic tarantula. This spider is not only beautiful, but it is so rare that the only place it has ever been found is Nandial Gidalur Road in Andhra Pradesh. That's right, its habitat is a road. It was first discovered in a timber pile in Goody, where it picked up its name. It would be another 100 years until it was discovered again in the wild. Its first discovery in Goody was the outcome of the timber trade, which has continued to degrade its forest home. Because of its amazing blue color and markings, the tarantula's demand as a pet has grown, and you can pay up to $150 to $400 for the spider, depending on whether it's a male or female. When the spider is young, they start out looking like a plain brown tarantula. But after 1 year of molting, when they grow and shed their exoskeleton, they develop their radiant blue colors, which give them striking blue color. And it's not just an ordinary blue or even a real color. Instead, the spider has structural colors made up of particles so small they interfere with the light. The color cannot be reproduced without iridescence. What keeps the spider a constant blue shade is the minute layers of hair arranged in a flower-like structure on its body. Now you understand why they call this impressive creature the metallic tarantula. Angel shark. Angel sharks are interesting creatures, and some people might actually confuse them as stingrays because they exhibit the same behavior by burying themselves under the sand, which camouflages them from predators. They are a rare and unique species of shark, and when they are swimming you can clearly make out their shark-shaped fins, which they lay flat when hiding in the sand. The adult angel shark can grow up to 5 feet long, but the Japanese angel shark has been known to grow up to almost 7 feet long, with the average shark weighing around 80 pounds. The angel shark has a couple of nicknames such as the monkfish and the sand devil. These sharks migrate toward the poles during seasonal changes, always staying along the coastline. One of the interesting things about these sharks is that they are nocturnal and rely on bioluminescence from plankton so that they can see their prey. They are carnivores, of course, and eat various crustaceans, mollusks, squid, and they seem to prefer flatfishes and skates. They are ambush hunters and strike at a 90-degree angle with powerful suction and can grab their prey in as quick as 1/10 of a second. Elephant shrew. This creature can only be found in Africa, and of course the reason they are called the elephant shrew is that of their rather long and flexible noses, which look a lot like an elephant's trunk, which they can twist and turn when searching for prey such as insects, earthworms, spiders, insects, centipedes, and millipedes. Some species do eat some plant matter, some seeds, and small fruit. Unlike most rodents, the elephant shrew is not nocturnal and are active during the day. They aren't very social and fight off others of the same sex, and when they do find a mate, they stay with that one mate for life. They are very fast and have been recorded to run at a speed of almost 20 miles an hour, and they can leap over 3 feet in the air. When in danger, they can send warning signals by foot drumming or tail slapping the earth when a predator approaches. Their habitat, like most creatures on this list, is disappearing, and they are sometimes caught and eaten by the locals. And because of their size, you would have to catch quite a few of them to make more than a snack. Plowshare tortoise. When it comes to one of the most beautiful looking tortoises in the world, then the plowshare tortoise is probably somewhere high up on that list. The golden-domed plowshare tortoise lives at a single remote site in Madagascar, but due to illegal poaching, it is the most threatened tortoise on the planet. They are listed on the critically endangered list. These tortoises are small with a high domed shell and measure on average about 15 inches long, with males weighing about 22 pounds. Being tortoises, they live only on land and feed on plants and grass, which makes up most of their diet. However, they favor grass that grows in bamboo scrub. An interesting thing is that they will eat dead bamboo leaves, but will avoid eating the fresh roots and leaves completely. They are found only in a 60 square kilometer area, and complete extinction is looming on the species. It has a very slow reproductive cycle, and bush pigs, which were brought in the area by humans, eat both the young turtles and the eggs. Farmers burn a lot of their habitat in uncontrolled fires, which threaten the animals. The global pet trade is also a factor which generates a high demand for the young tortoises, which are needed to replenish the population. We could very well see the end of the plowshare tortoise this year. Snub-nosed monkey. The snub-nosed monkey is a very odd-looking creature which has an almost alien-like appearance because it looks like it's missing its nose. The monkey is mostly black with some white fur on its ear tufts, and their tails are 1.5 times as long as their body. There isn't much known about them aside from their appearance because their habits are elusive and their small numbers make them difficult to spot. One of the known problems for the creature is that because of the shape of its nose, when it rains, water easily enters the nostrils, causing them to sneeze. This leads to predators finding them more easily. The interesting thing about this creature is that when it rains, it will hide its face between its knees so that it can breathe more comfortably and remain hidden. It is estimated that there may be less than 300 specimens alive in the world. Their other problem is that their habitat is being destroyed by illegal logging, which is destroying the forest of Myanmar where the creature lives. Giant squid. The interesting thing about this creature is that it is so rare that before it was first seen in 2004 by Japanese scientists, no one thought that the creature even existed. Of course, there are many stories about giant squids attacking ships and boats, but no one had ever seen one in real life. However, now, since there are more cameras and exploration being done in the deep of the oceans on the Earth, these creatures have been captured on film, proving that they do really exist. And they are truly giants of the oceans. The reason they grow so big is due to deep-sea gigantism, whereby a creature grows according to its habitat. Some estimates of the creatures captured on camera put them at 43 feet long for females and 33 feet long for males. However, there have been claims of them measuring almost 70 feet long, although not yet scientifically documented. Like all squid, it has 8 arms and 2 tentacles, which make up most of its length. On the inside surfaces of the arms and tentacles are hundreds of suction cups, with the circumference of these suckers being lined with sharp, finely serrated rings of chitin. Not only do they suck and hold on to the prey, but they also cut at the same time as teeth. It is common to find circular scars from the suckers on or close to the head of sperm whales that have attacked giant squid. They are considered rare because they live in such deep waters that no one knows how many of the creatures exist.